It's time for another new Kansas City Spotlight. Here's your host, Lauren Scott.
Inflation has affected all of us in some way, but it may hit older adults harder, leading them to feel lonely and isolated. Optum is dedicated to educating the public on signs to look out for and how you can help yourself and others, because your health matters at Optum. I'm Lauren Scott, your host for Kansas City Spotlight, and today I'm here with Dr. Lee Norman, Senior Director at Optum, to tell us more about how inflation is increasing the feelings of isolation in seniors. Hi, how's it going this morning?
Good, thank you, Lauren.
So tell me, how are rising gas prices is affecting all of us, but how is it impacting seniors?
Yes, well, a lot of seniors live not only on fixed income, but income that may not be sufficient for them to really get out much, travel, and those kind of things. And it's kind of a double whammy between inflation, gas prices, and then you throw in COVID-19 and the isolation that went along with that for 2.5 years. That's kind of a triple whammy. And the bottom line is that people that are home and are isolated don't do as well.
Let's talk about telehealth. How can that be used to help out in these inflationary times?
Yeah, telehealth I think is it's not as good as seeing people in person, but it is a lifeline for people who are isolated, because at least it gives them that interaction. I believe that people that that see people in person, that's more rejuvenating to them. But telehealth can be very, very strong, and especially for mental health check-ins.
Let me ask you, are you on social media?
Yes.
So do you think that social media helps out, when it comes to feeling less isolated?
Yeah, I don't have any great studies on that topic, but my personal belief is it's kind of the good news and the bad news. If people dwell on the negative things and they get down in the dumps, it can make them more frightened and more isolated. But it also is an outlet for communicating with people. So I think they need to be selective, not live on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that goes for everyone, really. So how can we tell if someone is feeling lonely or isolated? What are some signs?
Well, for sure, we have to watch out for our older relatives, friends, neighbors, because if they're isolated and they're depressed and at home, no news is not necessarily good news. And we have to reach out to people like that. And I think it's really important, check-ins, kind of, well-being checks, you might say, even if they're not asking you. I think it's important to call them up, ping them on a social media or whatever, but check out.
Yeah, for sure. So if people want to learn more, get in touch with you guys, how can they do that?
Probably the best way is through optumkc.com. That's our website, and there's other resources available there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
This Kansas City Spotlight has been paid for by Optum. For more information, visit optumkc.com.